Hi, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today we'll be doing a nice simple painting. I hope you could follow along with me. Let me have them run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While they're doing that, let me explain what I got done up here. I have a 16 by 20-inch canvas, pre-stretched double prime, and I added a thin layer of the liquid white. Rather than that, it's slick, it's wet, it's ready to go. Now, you asked me today, I have no idea what we're doing, but that's the fun part. That's the fun part. Grab a 2-inch brush, natural bristle, as you can see here. Good old. And I'm going to take my brush through a little bit of Prussian blue. Nice, good old Prussian blue. Tap both sides of your brush to ensure even distribution of paint through your bristles. Now, I think there's nice, beautiful sky this day. You know what? I'm going to drop it to maybe around there. Maybe there's the cutoff there. Just doing crisscross motion and just pushing and blending that paint into our canvas. That's all we're basically doing right now. So just push it in. There we are. Just soften that up. Maybe it needs a little more blue. Just get a more sunny look. There. Maybe it's make it seem like you're walking past something, like someone's house. Maybe you see like a cactus, maybe a tree, something like not a neighborhood, but like a cabin when hiking or something. We'll make it more details, but as of for now, I think we'll do that. So let me grab my trusty old palette knife. If the audio starts cutting off a bit, I'm sorry. I was walking away a bit to grab something. I'll grab a little bit of alizarin crimson, a little bit of sap green. Equal proportions to get a nice brown color. Just mix it up. There. And I'm going to use my good old flat brush. Good old trusty flat brush. Not much detail, but just there. Just leaving a little bit of gap in between. There we are. Just closing up that middle. There we are. You know what? Let's make things interesting. I'm gonna add a little bit of mountain mixture. And in the distance, you know me, I have to have a little mountain. Nothing too crazy. At least I think. Just scrub in that paint. There. I'm gonna grab my 2-inch brush that I use for the sky and just grab it and pull it. No details, just pulling that paint, making it look like it's off in the distance. There. Okay, let me keep going with my brown. There. There's gonna be like a back fence, in my opinion. There we are. Okay, just like so. There. Just pulling down, that's all I'm doing. You could get more into detail on how you want the wood to look if you want to do this look, but I'm just doing something simple and just because I feel like most of it's gonna get covered up anyways. So I'm not too worried about how it looks. Not too worried whatsoever. Just go across. I only care about that top portion. If I'm being honest, just that top portion I care about. There. Makes it seem like little boards of wood. I mean, even though they're a bit flat, you can still pick out some details in there. So it's good enough. Let's go into a little bit of black with that brown color. Just doling it down. Load it on my flat brush. And let's come up here. This is going to be the center of attention. Shoom. Well, the center of attention might change, but as of for now, this is it. Shoom. Maybe something like so. Shoom. Just have an extra cabin there. Something like so. Just have the basic outline. And I'm going to mix up a new brown because I feel that brown is polluted and it's not a true brown. So just mixing up red, alizarin crimson, and sap green in equal proportions. Well, not equal proportions. A little bit more red than green, but because I want my brown on the red side. Now pick up a pile. I'm gonna add some black just to darken it up. But it still has that hint of brown. And I put a pile apart, so I have two piles of paint. And I'm gonna load up on my dark color. Load my brush full with paint. Dark color. That way, when it comes to highlighting, our highlights show up better. And also, it helps with the contrast to contrast that fence area. Because it can't be the same color, can it? Then you won't know which part's which. There. Maybe something like so. Boom, boom, boom. There. You can probably get away doing this with the 2-inch brush if you really wanted to. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is just pull it and just go across ever so lightly. Shoo. Just gentle, gentle. Now, to the brown I separated, I'm going to add some titanium white. Now, cut a roll of paint. Let's see if that focuses. So you can see there. We're just gonna create the illusion of little logs. So I'm gonna start where it's my palette knight's width, just going back and forth, just tapping. And this will also give your painting quite the texture. Depends what you're looking for in a painting. There. Ever so lightly. Doesn't need much. There we are. I'm going to use the small side of my palette knife just to get in those hard to reach areas. Just making my life a little easier. Just a little bit. Now, let me go ahead and add a little bit of crimson to my brown highlights. So the one I added white to. And all I'm going to do is cut a little roll of paint on the small side of that palette knife. Now, we're going to do what looks like shingles. I rarely do this, so hopefully I don't mess it up. Boom, boom, boom. There. It's just something nice, but requires a lot of patience. Just going one by one. And I'm going to show you I don't have patience. Over here with me, zero patience. Probably saying, why'd you do it? I don't know. I don't know. Now, I picked up some brown and some white. And what I'm hoping is for it to blend on the canvas. So just pulling a couple of streaks. There. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay. And just a little touch of white. Don't want to overdo it. There we are. There. Very delicate touch. Now, you gotta add some shadows. So the base color with some white. And just, that's a little too dark. Let's lighten that up. That's a bit better. Okay, and let's grab a little bit of mountain mixture and just create nice door. There. There we are. Now, let's go back to our darks. And all I'm gonna do is just pick apart this little area. Shoom. You guys don't have to do this. You could just stick with a nice cabin. Okay. But go in to some lighter. Nothing too light, because if we go too light, it ruins the illusion of this side. Just a little bit lighter than this. Slightly. Because it's still in the shadows of the lighting and all that. Still is in the shadows. So you wouldn't see much to it. It's just a rusted side of it. Maybe a little bit of red just to sparkle. Shoot. What the heck? Just mixing up random versions of my browns. Just hoping to get a little highlight here and there. Okay. Just trying to clean off my knife. Okay. Now I gotta blend that sucker just to be very subtle. Well, I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't want to struggle too much, but let's go ahead and just decide where grass needs to live. I think right around here. Just cuts off that cabin. Shoo. Shoo. There. Just using mountain mixture. And I'm gonna just pull it with my 2-inch. Now I want this painting to be a mixture of texture and no texture. So a mixture of the two styles I like to do most. Texture and non-texture. But if you guys want to do all texture, go ahead. If you guys want to do no texture, go ahead. I'm just doing a mixture of both. So just scrubbing on that paint. There. Shoo. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. A little bit of sap green, a little bit of cadmium yellow. Load it on the brush full of paint, and light would hit right here. So wherever you want the lightest, hit first, because then the paint starts to blend out and it gets darker and darker and darker. So if you want it to be the lightest, then you gotta hit that spot first. Just tapping a little, just so I can blend it out. A little bit of black in there, Just throwing in colors. There. There we are. A random light spot would hit around here. There. Just tap something on there. Want something to be on there rather than nothing. But I'm just blending the colors basically until I'm satisfied with it. So just tap, tap, tap. And just blend it out. If you want it brighter, you can do brighter colors. There's no problem with that whatsoever. I'll go with my flat brush to get in those tiny hard areas. Flat brush is pretty useful. There. 2-inch brush, it just grabs a lot of things. Every brush has its own thing. Some brushes are better for certain things. A little more highlight. Just a speck or two of light hitting through. I don't want to overdo it. Okay. Let me see how that looks. That looks wonderful. I'm satisfied with that. So now, what I'm going to do, maybe there's a cactus. Or before the cactus, maybe there's a tree. Maybe there is a tree right here. Okay? And then, just like so. There. Don't really care how sharp the branches are because I'm going to end up covering them with leaves. There. Maybe something like that. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of sap green and mountain mixture. And just block in some leaves. Be loose with it. That's the key. If you're loose with it, it'll look better than if you have tight strokes and all that. Look at it from a distance. Think how and what the leaves would look like and how they would be in that tree. Now a little bit of cadmium yellow. Light's coming this way, so shoot. Just starting to hit this side and I'm gonna work my way in because some light's gonna be hitting through here. So light like that area. You just gotta think about it. Leaf by leaf. There, just like so. Those little gaps in between is where the light would come through and still shimmer through. Now, we have our highlights on. What I want to do is I want to grab a little bit of midnight black and just darken my cadmium yellow, my green, so that way there's like shadows there, because shadows will help contrast that light area. So if you want something to look good, you gotta have some contrast in there. In order for a white image to look good, you need some dark. And in order for a dark image to look good, you need some light. Back and forth thing. Can't have one without the other. Now, I'm gonna go into some that brown, and I'm gonna go a little bit of white. Sorry about that. Probably blew the speakers out. A little white, a little bit of brown, and shoot, I just want it to be subtle, nothing crazy. I just want the highlights to be a little subtle. You see them here and there, but nothing too crazy. And then a little bit of that darker, just hit it. Shoom. There. That looks like a nice crazy tree. Now, let me fix that grass growing there. So this helps create more shadows because I have dark color in there, and you can start to think where things would start looking and being placed at. I may be saying all this stuff and you guys don't understand me. There. So I'm gonna go back to cadmium yellow and think where the light would hit. Some light would hit the grass over here. Light changes when stuff is in front of it, so can't have it too much. You gotta blend that out. Okay, softly. Just blend that part out. There. And I just like blending that out to kind of know where. Step back. I like it. Doesn't look too bad. And so now, let me go ahead. Let's fix here because it didn't feel right just by looking at it. Shadows would go here and just like so. There. So now what I'm going to do, I mentioned cactus. Oh, but I'm over time. Okay, we'll still do it. Let's go ahead in our dark brown color and just add in a fence. Shoop. Just boom. Leads the viewer's eye. Okay, and I'm gonna go into some sap green, mountain mixture. Let's come up here, and we need something over here. Just make like an oval shape. Think about it like a snowman. And we'll have a little bit of grass growing out there. A little more green. There. Boom. Uh, boom. 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 Maybe like that. Who knows? A little bit of cadmium yellow and just hit it with light. The sun was kissing that cactus. There. There we are. Boop, boop. One right there. One right there. There. Let me add some mountain mixture into my green to really darken my green up. And just needs to be a bit darker than that. Oh yeah, that's nice. There. Boom. Boom. Just for every highlight you put, you gotta put in an equal amount of opposite. Needs the opposite. There. And you can blend them out and make them more subtle or whatever you want. It's really all up to you. And I'm gonna grab my flat brush and just pick up a few grassy areas and maybe some shadows right there. And blend this bottom part. I think one last thing before I say goodbye. Let's have a little path that kind of just fades out. There. Well, I really hope you enjoy this painting. Try this painting out. If you do, send me an email. I would love to see what you guys create. I will be checking my emails soon. I haven't had the chance to get to them. So if you did send me an email, give me a little day or two more and I'll respond back to your email. I'd like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, my friends. Goodbye.